Hello and welcome to Wisconsin. I love this map. Now, before anything, I go into anything, I'm going to have the two locations for those two trucks. I'm going to have those with timestamp right at the beginning of this, just because I know that's probably what more people are going to care about. That I'm just going to have a timestamp right there, so you people go get those two trucks. I'm not going to do the upgrades, because all the upgrades are in the map, or pretty much in the section of where you can find the watchtowers in the maps. You can do that too with the trucks, but if you just want to go into the map and know where the two trucks are and just go straight towards them, I don't plan to. They're fun. But anyway, let's get on to my little... God, I need to stop doing that, but I always do that because it's kind of my nervous thing. Sorry. Anyway, let's go into the review of what I think about Michigan. Now, I personally love this map. I think it's basically just a harder Michigan, and I love that. But I just love this map already. Just from what I've done in this map, these maps, I haven't done a lot, but I've done enough. I love these maps. These two little maps. And from the looks of it, we're also going to be getting a new expansion over here for either, I don't know when, if they're going to update the game or just something else, but it looks like we're going to get an expansion over here. Or it's just a tunnel to make the game look like we have a tunnel. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, now, in the Michigan map, I found some things that are a little bit easier to do. Especially, well, let me flip this around. As soon as you get out here, go right. When you go right, because this watchtower is right here. I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay, that was right next to me, and I see the road going that way, so I'm like, okay, let's go there. Now, what I did it the hard way originally, or at least what I was planning on doing. I originally tried to go up this way. That didn't work. So, if you're doing this and you immediately go after this watchtower over here, which is what I did, it's fairly easy to actually get to once you figure it out. You literally just have to go up this ravine over here, and then just turn left. And ta-da, you're right there. Instead of trying to go through the rocks here, which is what I did, it didn't work. It just did not work. That's something I found out. Now, going through the swamp area is, you're eventually going to do it. So, you're going to want something like the A&K or just something with big mud tires. There's the TUZ-420 you could use. There's the Taiga if you want to be Russian. I used this and the Western Star together. Now, this is just another thing I suggest if you're doing any kind of scouting, just bring a truck with that service body on it, because A, fuel, and B, repair points. It doesn't matter what you put it on. I just use the White Western Star, because that's pretty much my favorite truck in the game, just because I like how it looks, but that's opinion. And obviously, you don't have to use the A&K, I just use the A&K because giant mud tires. It helps. And also, the little international loadstar. Something like this Scout is actually a really good Scout to use here. Just because you carry a little bit of fuel with you if you have this body on you. And spare tires and spare parts, which I don't really care about the spare tires. I rarely ever pop a tire in this game, but whatever. But this is a good little Scout thing to use in this game, just because A, power, B, it can go pretty much anywhere, and it's pretty much the best Scout in the game for off-road capability if you're not including the F750. The F750 or the TUZ-420, if you're not including those two, because those two are more specialized Scouts, but they do work pretty well. Now, on to the two new trucks that I love. Mostly I love this truck. This truck, I freaking love it, just from how it sounds, just from how it looks. I just love this truck. I wish we had all-wheel drive with it, but I imagine there's a mod for that already. I imagine there is. But I seriously love this truck. This truck is actually, even without all-wheel drive, it's not that bad off-road. It's really not that bad off-road, surprisingly. It's also the only truck that doesn't feel too underpowered when you're trying to move any kind of logs around. Even the A&K feels underpowered to move medium logs, but every truck pretty much feels underpowered in general. This one, I've found, surprisingly, doesn't feel that bad. And now to the International. The new International taste, which is very annoying. Did that. Even this thing kind of feels underpowered, but when driving it, you're not gonna care because of, well, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 wheels, 10 tires you can use. Well, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power axles, so you're gonna be doing pretty well. And it's not like the Russian truck that has this, but that truck is obviously a crane truck. It's specifically supposed to be for a crane truck, not this. Now, I don't have the lift kit for this. I'm just lazy and I don't want to get it. I'll just show you that real fast since I'm lazy. And I'm actually going to show you the other parts because I have every other upgrade. The lift kit for that is in this map. It's right over here. I just lazy and haven't got it. But now I'm going to show you what the International and the Pacific 512 here. Now Pacific 512 is actually a fairly easy spot to get to. Now you're going to be bitching at it because you're going to be going 10 miles an hour going through this, which 5 miles an hour, 2. Any truck you use is just going to go slow. You're just going to have to deal with it, pretty much. Unless you're using a mod truck, then you're probably fine. If you want to go fast. But the Pacific is right over here in this area. It's very easy to get to. And the International. Now, I suggest you go through first this portal, not the one over here if you're looking just to get the International. Don't go through this one. Go through this one over here, which is by this quarry. And since you're going to go through this one, you're going to pop out through over here. Yes, you're going to pop out through over here. So, now International is right over here. Right at this little factory place. It's very easy to get to. And it's just... You'll get to it eventually. You'll probably find it if you just go through the map. But if you just want to look video of where the trucks are, then that's what they are. So, yeah. There's that. Now, the diesel locomotive, I haven't even tried to move it yet. But you're going to need something with power to do it, obviously. So, I'd imagine when you're moving this diesel locomotive, you're going to be using something very similar to either... If you're using American trucks like I do, you're going to be using something like the ANK. More than likely, you're going to be using the new International truck, because A, it's a new truck, and B, you can pretty much pull anything with it, and the engine's in it, which I will actually show you here in a second. And the Pacific. This truck uses the same engines as the ANK does, so it uses V12s, which I don't think that this just a truck uses a V8, but whatever. This one, which uses a V16, which is very entertaining. Now, I'm just too lazy to go get this one. Even with this thing feels... Even with just this one, this truck feels underpowered, especially with logs. I've only done logs in Michigan, but you can pretty much do any kind of... If you do logging in Michigan, you're pretty much gonna know how logging goes. Other than that, any truck you use whatever truck you want. There's really nothing I can really say about that. You're gonna use what trucks you want, so... When using your trucks you want, they're all pretty much gonna work, especially if you're using them a lot. So that's why I pretty much use these 3 trucks mainly. For at least exploring the map, at the very least. Exploring the map, I found a lot. Well, just exploring this map, I found a lot more fun just because, well, this map didn't feel too difficult. Like, well, what map was it? Godot Peninsula and the Yukon. These 2 maps are just kind of annoying. Mostly this map, but whatever. Can't do much about that. Granted, you could argue this is a Russian map. You're going to be using Russian trucks. If you're that person, I'm the dumbass who uses American trucks because I'm a dumbass. Deal. And from the looks of it, either they're going to go through the full spaces, we're going to get another map. But I don't know if that's actually true or not, but whatever. But other than that, let's just talk about... I really don't know anymore. It's pretty much really what I wanted to talk about. Now, my dad was playing this map and said if you're going in the mountain areas, it's pretty easy to get around the map. That's what he said. I don't know. I've never done that, as you can see. I've never really driven in the mountain area or surrounding the map. Now, my father said that, but he likes the game and he plays the game all the time. And from what I can tell, he likes this map. Oh, right, the new crafting system. Let's talk about that. I love it. The fact we had to move generators around, I love that a lot more than having to haul certain things to certain places. Especially now that well, I believe we have to do both here, if I remember right, but I do know we have to do just generator for this spot at least. I like that because now all we have to do is put a fuel trailer there, which, as another thing I suggest doing, just put a fuel trailer by the generator. Your life will be a lot easier. But anyway, I like the generators because it's a lot more kind of real, because from the looks of it, a lot of the places, I think like in the Yukon, didn't look like they had power to them, so it was kind of weird. But at least now with the generator, we can actually very much say, oh yeah, we're powering the place with a giant freaking generator. Which, these things are huge in the earth. These things can power a small town if they really wanted to. But if they're powering a factory, that makes sense they're going to have a giant generator like that. And I love that they're a diesel generator, because you can tell as soon as they spit out the smoke, yep, that's a diesel generator, and how they sound. I also love in this map how there's a fairly amount of good fuel stations. You can pretty much see them pretty much everywhere. There's just 2 right off the bat. Pretty simply in this spot over here. It's another reason why I suggest going this way, is because that fuel station is right there. You'll just save yourself a headache, for a little bit at least. And the other one, which is right over here. I love how they put it right after the swap. They knew you're going to be using a truck. Either A, if you're using American trucks, is what I should say, that you're going to be using a decent amount of fuel, because you're going to be using the ANK. Because giant mud tires, because, yeah, the giant tires that were originally just built in Tiger, but now are on Instructor. Which is amazing, which I would argue the ANK is now as, well, is better or as great as the Taiga, but whatever, people are like that. So, granted, the Tiger's more modular, so, and has more fuel, so you could say that. But I like the ANK more because I'm an American and reasons. But that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about. Oh, well, one other thing. This portal, or whatever you want to call it, portal, my dad says portal, so it's very annoying. Portal, tunnel. This map will lead you straight to the garage, which can be very helpful, especially if you're just trying to explore the map and don't really care where anything is, and you're just going around. This will immediately get you here. I went the hard way, so I went this way when I did it, and I didn't know where anything was. I just kind of went in the game and said, yay, let's find where this. So I just went here. I went through this part. I went all the way down here. I went over here. I went all the way down here. And made my whole way around the map before I even found the garage. That's why this whole place over here is completely black. So yeah, I haven't even been over here yet. I found the locomotive by accident, and that made me happy because of the tower over here. Which is very easy to get to if you can't tell, because you usually just drive over here and do that, which is what I did. But that's how I did the map and how I found this map to be fun and all that. If you find it to be a better way, a different way, go do that way. It's better to do it the way you think you're gonna have fun. So yeah. Anyway, if you liked the video, blah blah blah, the guy's gonna fall asleep here in a second, and probably everybody else is here too. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and bye bye.